Hi guys, welcome to another video.
So today we'll continue learning HTML. So last time we did some startup on the HTML page. So today we'll start to learn some HTML tags. I think you already know a tag that is div.
Yep,
I've
seen that
everywhere.
inspecting.
Yeah. So
Like every website has a div.
Do you know what is a div?
Div is like an element.
Yeah.
And something.
So it's basically a division, like a section of things.
Yep.
So people use this a lot because web page is divided by different sections or divisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you see left, there's a menu, right, there's a content, something like that. So do you know the difference between div and P? Do you know what is a P? P is a paragraph.
Okay.
Let's type some words here. This is a div.
This is a div. This is a
paragraph, like a sentence, a word.
Minecraft raft.
So if we open this in the browser, so you already know how to inspect element, right? So if you right click, you do inspect. So as you can see, when you inspect element, there's a part that is the code. That's the elements. So you can see it says elements. So you can see our div and our paragraph. If you see on the left, this part, if you click on one of the elements, this tab here says styles.
Is this something here?
Yes, that's called a margin. So the P has a margin. So by default, it's the margin of the default font size of the page. So here we've set the body font size as 16 px. So the margin here, it says
60.
1 em. Do you know what is the em?
Nope.
Em means one unit of the default font size. So, so in your body style, if you say that your font size is 16 px, 1 em will equal to 16 px. So 2 em will be 32 px. 1.5 em is 24 px. Okay. So px is a relative value to indicate something, the size. So apart from the difference of the margin, the p and div basically serves the same purpose from the displaying point of view, right? So they all put a text in a paragraph kind of way. So the second difference of them is actually the what we call a semantic difference. So it's like from the language point of view, div is something like a division. So when you remember, HTML is a markup language. So markup language usually have some different types of texts for different kind of things, although they may look the same. So here, like the div and the paragraph looks very similar, right? But from the semantic way, they are different purposes. So for example, if we have introduce another tag, that's h1. Can you guess what is that?
Nope.
That's heading number one, the biggest heading. So it's very important headline. Yeah, so there's heading.
Among Us?
No, we just mix out them. So you can see the text is super big and in a bold kind of way.
Pixelated to 16.
Again, if you want to know the default CSS applied to this element, you can into the inspect element and see it says a 2 em, so it's double the size.
So how about when you go into someone else's HT website and then you can do
So that change will only in your browser. It's not going to apply to
Yeah.
anyone else that's viewing the thing. So this is a good way we can test something in the browser. If you don't want to change your code, you can test it. So if, for example, we change it to heading 2, which we have h2 element. So this becomes heading 2. You can see the font size is smaller now, right? It's 1.5 em. There's some differences. But more importantly, again, so there's a semantic difference. Do you know who will read your source code?
Anyone.
Human, right? Any human can inspect element and read the source
Yeah.
code.
I do that.
Is there anyone else will read it? Do you know anyone else that's gonna read your code?
Well, how are they supposed to find the website?
Yeah, that's. Do you know how search engine find the website? You go to Google, you search something. Why do Google know where to find things?
Yeah, but you don't even know the website.
Yeah, how do Google know where to find the website?
And you need the file, right?
This is the file. This is your index file. This is your web HTML file on the web somewhere. How does Google know where to find something?
Ginger XY.
So Google is a machine, right? It's a
AI.
AI. It's a
That is probably same intelligent as ChatGPT.
Yes, that's another topic. So
Or maybe smarter.
So, the internet, we call it the web. So this is a website, right? So Google has something called a spider. So a spider crawls in a web.
So the user is the spider.
Now Google, they have a program acting as a spider, crawl around the whole web to find those web pages. So when Google crawls to your website, it finds this HTML. It will read your source code. So to let Google know what is important, what is not important, what is a div, what is a paragraph, you need to define them in a way that is
Like itsy bitsy time. And into the went into the HTML to check the source code. But then the Google makers called him to do another web. So the next day,
okay. So when Google read your website, or for example ChatGPT, the AI read your website,
yeah.
they with this kind of proper type of text, they can understand your web.
But what if the AI reads the AI? What if the AI reads each other?
Yeah, they will learn from
at the same time.
So several years ago, Google made an AI to play the Go chess. You know the Go chess, like the black and white.
Yeah.
So their AI will learn from their AI. So the AI play with the AI and then learn from each other, and then they grow better and better. And find
till it's impossible.
Yeah, they defeat the best human after that.
I played against the AI. One time I pretty much almost won, but it was close. It was a fine game.
Okay, so that's good enough for the semantic stuff. So there are a few semantic stuff I can teach you. So there are several other tags that serves the same purpose as div. So for example, there's a section. So that's pretty much same as a div. There's a thing called article. So that's used a lot with the paragraph and the headings. So if you have a piece of article, you usually will have some headings and paragraphs inside. The heading, the number goes from 1 to 6. The smallest head is H6. So those are the major ones that you can use to show a block of HTML content. But I'll show you something very interesting now. In a paragraph, if you put a lot of space, what do you think will show on the page? Is it gonna show like a text like this with a lot of space?
No.
What will it do?
Let's see.
So there's only one space.
But what if you do tab?
Although you put a lot of space here, there's only one space
Wait.
showed on the page.
Wait, can I see?
See, in your code, there's a lot of spaces.
But what if we do a tab?
Same, it's gonna be same. Tab is just in your editor. It's easier for you to make things. Whatever the white space or stuff you put here, it becomes one space. How can you put more spaces there?
Underscore.
Underscore, but people will see underscore. It's not gonna be a space.
Type in something invisible.
Yeah. So in HTML, there's something called encoded characters. So this means a space. So let's see if we put a lot of this kind of space here, right? Now you see those spaces. Okay, but see, when you see the source code, you will see this nbsp. Yeah. Okay, so this is how you do spaces. One more thing. So within a paragraph, if we want to give it a line break, how will you do it? So if we put some empty lines here, we say the line, will it work?
Obviously, it's just gonna print it out.
Is it gonna be showing on the page like this is a paragraph and next line in the next line?
Nope.
Yeah, no. So
Why would I?
anything acting as a breaking line space, it will become one space.
It would be negative IQ to do that.
So how do you put a line break now?
nbsp.
No, that's a space.
Wait, nb.
You're never gonna guess it.
Bro, yeah.
Brr.
Bro.
Then it's a line break. So it goes to the next line. Yeah. BR is going to the next line. Make sense? Okay. Now we have more. So you can just do it this way. We have more text to go. For example, strong. Can you guess what is strong?
Make the word strong.
Yeah.
I'm strong and very strong.
So strong and B, they are the same. So can you guess what the strong will do in the B?
IDK, bro.
But you said it's gonna be strong, so it's gonna be.
It's gonna be
Beef is strong. So it's gonna be set the font weight to bold. Okay. So B is like for the bold. So strong and bold, they look the same, exactly the same, but the difference is still the semantic. So if the Google reads the search engine AI reads the strong, it will think this is a very important sentence. But if it read it as a B, it will think, oh, it's just for displaying purpose. There's no semantic reason for this. Okay. Next we have DL. That's easy to guess.
telephone. Delete.
DEL. That's delete.
Delete the.
So how will delete show? Will show a strike through line. So S and delete, they are the same. Delete is the semantic way telling the browser, the engine, Google search engine, it's a word that's no longer needed. So you can see they are all get a line cross and say this is not needed. Okay. Next we have, let's put a line break here. And
What? Dun, 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 dun.
what does this do?
Icon.
Do you see the difference? Yeah.
Oh, italic.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Last one. That's easy to guess.
Insert.
Mm-hmm. What does insert look like usually? What's your
Unique.
underscore?
Oh.
So insert looks like an underscore. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you easy one. Very easy to guess.
Marker.
Yes.
I really thought it wasn't gonna be. So it's highlight actually. But what if you type highlight?
There's no such thing.
Okay. Light.
So if you want to learn all the tags in HTML,
Sure.
you can find it on W3C.
How?
So there's a part here says HTML tag list. Here there are all the tags. Blah, 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 blah. So many.
That's a lot to say.
Not-
Go for a speed run.
Not all of those are useful. Well, they are all useful, but not all of them get used a lot. Only a few that's very important. We will go through those very important ones in the following
No script.
episodes. Yeah, there are a lot of interesting ones.
Main, map, mark, meta, meter, navs, link, lead, legend, stuff.
Okay, we'll learn a lot of those interesting, useful ones in the following episode. But today, the last one is called a span.
How big it is?
What is a span?
Big or small, and how big you want it to be? Like tiny?
Actually, a span does nothing.
Oh,
It is just a piece of a wrapper that wraps a piece of code. Because it does nothing.
You mean like foil wrap or like the wrapper you use to like wrap the delivery box?
It's a wrapper in the HTML. So you can see HTML all have start and end. So everything inside this thing is wrapped by the tag. So if we want to wrap, why we want to wrap something is because we can set any style to it. Right?
So you can do every style.
Yeah.
Small. Let's do
So we can do
XX large.
3, yeah. Right?
Sure.
That's very big. So
How about max size?
that's how you use a span. So a span can be used to decorate a piece of text with any style you want to. So you can change the style for all those things as well. So for example, it is italic. If you want to change the style, you actually can.
Italic.
If we say it is normal,
Normal?
then see, this one becomes a normal. It's no longer italic.
Okay, sure.
So the CSS part, the style part of those default elements, they are just easier for people to use. But usually people won't change it to like italic to normal, but they can change something else. They can make the font size different. They can do a lot of other things. So it's not saying they start as this kind of look. They have to stay as this kind of look. So from the displaying point of view, there are just default styles to help you, but you don't have to follow those default styles. So if you're a person that don't want the AI or the Google want to understand everything you do, you actually can use a span for everything. You don't even need a dev, you don't even need a P. You can use a span for everything. You can use a div for everything, you can use a P for everything. That way, from the display point of view, if you give it the right style, it will still look as whatever you want with other elements. So CSS in HTML can handle all the styles, but from the HTML tag point of view, there's a semantic reason we use different tags to decorate different words or paragraphs or stuff. Okay? So that's the major difference between, say, div and section. They pretty much look the same, but we can give them different meanings to help people in AI understand our page. So that's all for today's.
Okay, I guess I'll just do some changes, if you mind. Can I add some changes, maybe?
You can play with the page later tomorrow.
No, I want to do it now.
Yeah, you can. We can stop the video and you can.
Okay,
Bye to everyone.
so bye, guys.